Paratroopers from the 79th Separate Tavrian Air Assault Brigade defeated Russian assault units in the Donetsk region. A video capturing the destruction of Russian assault units was posted on the official Telegram page of the 79th Separate Tavrian Air Assault Brigade. This time, the Russians attempted to conduct a massive assault on the paratroopers' positions using 44 units of military equipment. While approaching the paratroopers' positions, the enemy was detected by the unit's aerial reconnaissance, and the brigade's artillery started to fire on it. In addition, some of the enemy's equipment was hit by mines and left behind, and some equipment was hit by FPV drones. The active use of munitions against the enemy did not allow him to reach the front lines to assault the positions directly. In total, the enemy launched an attack with 35 armored vehicles with troops supported by 9 tanks, of which 5 armored vehicles were destroyed. The enemy's losses in manpower amounted to 28 soldiers, and 22 were seriously wounded. The attack was repelled near the village of Kostiantynivka, Donetsk region. Militarny previously reported that soldiers of the 79th Separate Tavrian Air Assault Brigade defeated an assault group of Russian invaders in the Donetsk region. The invaders' armored vehicles and infantry tried to break through the defense in the Kurakov sector. The brigade reported that the invaders had once again taken a suicidal step and, with the support of equipment, attacked the positions of the Ukrainian paratroopers. Not only that, a Russian armored vehicle covered in protective plating was blown up by a drone after the commander forgot to close the hatch. The embarrassing fail was caught on camera and shared by Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, as footage showed the metal turtle tank rolling along a muddy battlefield in Ukraine before it was destroyed. The Russian combat vehicle, clad in protective sheet metal in an attempt to stop Ukrainian drones from causing damage to the tank, could be seen shakily trucking along the path, unaware of the destruction that would hit just moments later. As the rusty-looking vehicle zoomed through the area, the clip cuts to the drone's perspective and shows the device penetrating the tank after getting past the outer sheet metal shell and slipping into the open hatch. The iron shed then bursts into flames, sending an orange blaze into the sky in a humiliating blunder from the Russian commander. Glowing sparks were sent flying as the fire continued to tear through the metal vehicle, and the tank was left a charred heap of ruins after the drone's impact. The makeshift plated tank cover only covers the sides and top of the vehicle, seemingly allowing operators to fire shells from the tank. These Russian makeshift tank covers have recently been seen popping up across Ukraine as Vladimir Putin's dwindling forces desperately grasp at methods that will protect them from powerful Ukraine drone attacks. Meanwhile, the Russians renewed their offensive effort after a month of pause to approach Chasiv Yar from the north by taking the northern coal mine. The fighting around the town intensified once again, as Ukrainians are effectively localizing the Russian break-through attempts near Kalinivka, effectively creating a deadly fire pocket just several hundred meters in depth. Previously, Russian forces focused on consolidating their control over the eastern side of the canal near Hryhorivka, while simultaneously attempting to cross the canal and secure full control of Kalinivka. Paratroopers from the 98th Airborne Division, assigned to this sector, paused their operations for an extended period to recover from previous losses, with some elements redeployed to the Kursk region. After replenishing their ranks and stabilizing other fronts, the Russian command resumed offensive operations in the Chasiv Yar area. The Russian command centered their offensive strategy around the town of Kalinivka, located north of Chasiv Yar. To advance, Russian forces need to cross the canal running through Kalinivka, which divides the town into eastern and western parts. Securing positions on the western side of the town would provide the Russians with a crucial staging ground to launch an assault on the northern coal mine complex near Chasiv Yar, a key tactical high ground. If we look at the topographic map, we can see that the northern coal mine sits at a slightly higher elevation than Chasiv Yar itself, giving it strategic importance in the area. By seizing control of the northern coal mine complex, Russian forces would be able to exploit its elevated heaps to establish fire control over the entire Chasiv Yar area. These commanding positions would allow them to monitor Ukrainian troop movements within and around Chasiv Yar, providing critical intelligence for their aviation and artillery units.
Стараемся делать свою работу качественно, быстро, и главное, чтобы мы помогли своим товарищам, кто находится на переднем краю, чтобы они продвинулись к гражданским позициям. Russia должен работать как одно единое целое, и он должен быть сплоченным. Ну, в принципе, как братья.